if, and this is a big if because it's probably not going to happen, if Colorado wins, I don't even want to put a punishment on the line for this Colorado and Nebraska game, but you guys want to see it, and I'm a fan of the people, and I want to give the people what they want. And also, I think you guys really enjoy it when I put something on the line. For me, myself, not really a fan of it, but here we are. It is what it is. Okay, I want to make this a short, simple, and sweet video. If you didn't see my preview and prediction video, I have predicted Nebraska to beat Colorado. If you want to know my full thoughts, analysis, and opinion on the game leading up into it, you can go check out that video for yourself. And since I've picked Nebraska to win that game, a lot of Colorado fans, they're not too happy, and I get it, I understand it. I don't expect you to be thrilled when I pick against your team and say terrible things about them. You should be kind of mad. I'd actually be more worried and concerned about the fan base if you didn't get upset. Before we go any farther, I gotta give you a quick refresher to jog your memory. When Coach Prime first arrived at Colorado last year, it was a big topic of discussion on our channel. We talked about him a bunch, all the overhaul he had to do, all the new players he was bringing in, and how I thought he was going to fare around in year one. And all throughout the offseason, I was telling you guys, they weren't going to be that good, and there's no chance to beat TCU. Of course, hindsight's 2020, but we thought that TCU team was going to be much better than they actually were, because remember, they just made it to the national championship game. So on one hand, you had one team who just went 1-11, got a new head coach, lost a crap ton of players, playing a team who went to a championship. Yeah, TCU lost some guys, but still, they got that championship, or I guess I should say runner-up DNA. Long story short, I think you get the point. We thought TCU was going to be much better. And a bunch of Colorado fans were like, no, Matt, you don't get it. We're going to compete. We're going to go out there and we're going to beat them. And I was so confident that TCU was going to beat Colorado. I said, all right, how about we do this? If Colorado upsets TCU in week 1, I'll shave my head bald. I quite literally didn't think there was a chance that Colorado was going to win that game. And yeah, we saw what happened. They won. It was a fantastic game. Shadur played out of his mind. Travis Hunter played great. Most of you probably saw it. Big year for Colorado, starting out the year 1-0, and eventually they cracked the top 25. I told you guys I'd do it. I was a man of my word, and as soon as the game was over, I shaved my head bald. You guys got a good laugh, and that was my punishment, so I did it. I share that with you to say this. Fast forward time into our current date, similar situation. Colorado fans think I'm crazy for picking against them, although I don't think Nebraska's going to blow you out. I do have Nebraska win the football game. And on yesterday's video, I've seen a bunch of the comments, and I'll just show you the top comment right here. Over 200 likes and counting. If Colorado wins, you have to go bald. First things first, I like the bet. I think it's a great idea. Thank you for commenting that, but I have some things to explain that I've already explained in a recent video, but I think a lot of you haven't seen it. And if you want to see the video where I go into full detail, the video is titled, We Need to Talk Boys, and I'll pop it up on the screen for you right here. Anyways, getting a move on here. After I shaved my head after the TCU Colorado game, I wound up continuing to shave my head the remainder of that season. There's much more to this story, but there's main 2 reasons we'll go over right now. Number 1, I kind of like how it felt, and number 2, I'm going bald anyways, so I figured, hey, why not? We might as well just start shaving the head now, kind of like Michael Jordan. I am not comparing myself to Michael Jordan, so do not even try to go in the comment section and say that. I'm just giving you an example. I believe Jordan started shaving his head in his early 20s. I started last year, so I was 23. So around the same time frame, that's where I'm getting at with this. In other terms, I'm bald currently, so the whole, oh, if Colorado wins, you need to shave your head bald, Matt, that'd be a good bet for the channel. Well, it's not much of a bet because I'm already bald. I don't mind doing it because I'm already doing it, but you see what I'm saying. I'm going to do it regardless. And I know some people are going to say, well, Matt, why are you bald in your early 20s? That is a different story, different conversation for a different day. We'll just chalk it up to this right now. You can thank my genetics or ask them. It's all a genetic thing. Do I want to be bald? Absolutely not. I'd just be coping, telling you otherwise. But in this life, you got to play with the cards you've been dealt. Getting that out the way, there's still a ton of comments and people even tweet at me today wanting me to do a bet. And the most popular one I see is shave my eyebrows. That one's just insane to me because I can't be bald and have no eyebrows at the same time. That's ridiculous. If I had hair, I'd shave the eyebrows, or vice versa. But you can't do both. You just look like an alien. I'm not going to hold you. That's a little OD, a little over the top. But I've been thinking of some other punishments. I got a few things in mind. The first thing I thought of is whatever the top comment is on this video, that's what we'll do. Of course, can't be the eyebrows, not doing that, and obviously can't shave my head bald because I already am. And it's got to be somewhat reasonable. I'm down to do some crazy things, but it can't be too crazy. The other thing I was thinking of, we do the reaction videos on Saturdays for all the big time games. The following week, I could wear a Colorado t-shirt, jersey, whatever you guys like to see in that video. And when I say that video, I mean all the videos on that Saturday. Thirdly, and this is the one I'm leaning towards the most out of all the options, if Colorado beats Nebraska, I'll go on Twitter and I'll tweet out Deion Sanders is the best coach and Colorado is a top 10 football team, something along those lines. I kind of like that one. I've seen people making those bets before. They normally say, oh, I got to leave the tweet up for like 24, 48 hours. Nah, I'll just leave it up for the rest of eternity, the rest of time. Outside of that, and I know you guys want to see a punishment, I don't know what else I could do. Some people might say, oh, well, Matt, you could eat that spiciest chip in the world, and I'm not doing that. That's so played out and boring to me. I want to do something that y'all get a kick out of, and it's not just in the moment, but it's something that's going to be out there for a while, and that's why I think tweeting out Deion is one of the best coaches in college football, and Colorado's a top 10, top 15 team. That's the best option and choice. You know what? The more I think about it, let's combine the Twitter thing with the top comment on this video. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You better lock in and focus because this is the most important part of this video. If, and this is a big if because it's probably not going to happen, if Colorado wins, I will tweet out whatever the top comment on this video says. Yeah, I think that's the way to go because I don't mind tweeting out something outlandish and crazy, and then that way you guys also get a say in what the punishment sort of is. It can be anything, but let's keep it somewhat, reasonable. And by the way, the tweet, whatever you want me to say, and if you do comment, please put whatever you want me to say in quotation marks, parentheses, whatever you want to. It doesn't even have to be football related. It can be anything. Some of y'all might want me to say something about Deion in Colorado, something really good. Some of y'all might just want me to embarrass myself. It doesn't matter. That's a part of the punishment. If you are familiar with our community, you know you guys can say some, let's just say, wild things in the comments section. So this might backfire. I don't even want to put a punishment on the line for this Colorado and Nebraska game, but you guys want to see it, and I'm a fan of the people, and I want to give the people what they want. And also, I think you guys really enjoy it when I put something on the line. For me, myself, not really a fan of it, but here we are. It is what it is. I still stand 10 toes down on what I said. Colorado doesn't have a great shot to win this game. Nebraska, they have a really good defense, and I don't think Colorado's offensive line can block anybody, and I know their defense can't stop anybody. I'm not going to sit up here and say I think Raiola, the quarterback for Nebraska, is going to have a field day with him, but I don't think he's going to struggle. I just don't see a scenario of how Colorado wins this game. They're not that good of a football team. They're average. Nebraska, on the other hand, they can be good. That's their potential. And by the way, I saw some Nebraska fans getting mad because I said they had a bad defense last year, and when I said they were bad in the most recent video, I meant to say at times they were bad. Overall, the defense was sound and one of the better ones in the nation. I think they finished, in the top 20? There's one thing for sure. We are going to find out a lot about both of these teams. And I don't want to say their seasons are riding on this game, but you got to feel like for both fan bases, this is one of, if not the most important game this year. You win this game, you're riding at all-time high, you're 2-0 with a bunch of momentum. You lose it, it's back to square one. Hope all of you had a great week. Hope all of you having a great Friday. And if Nebraska loses and Colorado wins, I'll come back to this video and we'll see whatever the top comment is and we'll go from there. You know what we're going to do tomorrow, the reaction videos. I'll see you then. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.